Yeah, so, wait a second. Yeah, so, wait a second. Yeah, so, wait a second. Yeah, so, wait a second.
Welcome, Boothie, to Having a Brew with the Ocean Crew. Thank you for your time. I know that you've just come off a big race and you're probably just on a bit of downtime. So can you explain to me where you are and what's next for the Boothie?
Yeah, well, first of all, g'day Jonesy, how are you, mate?
No worries. I'm fantastic.
Yeah, I'm currently in Laguna Beach. I've just finished up at the Pacific Paddle Games and just chilling out. Next for me is just trying to get home, and I think next one will be sort of ISA Worlds in Fiji.
Nice. Excellent. Oh, well, that leads me into the next question. Was the win in PPG in the distance race, was that your greatest sup result?
Yeah, easily. I think winning the Pacific Paddle Games distance race, like with sort of every good distance racer there, like Connor was there, George, Kai, Danny, Travis, like all these guys I sort of looked at when I was looking at the sport like 2 years ago and went, wow, these guys are awesome. To sort of paddle away from in the first sort of couple of K was pretty special, and to sort of come away with the win in the end was, even better.
Oh, sweet, man. Yeah, no, I must admit, me personally, it was great to see an Aussie take the win out. So this is going to be probably a little bit of a tricky question for you, but I kind of, I kind of thought this is a good one to throw at you. So what do you reckon is the one thing that makes you different from your other competitors?
I think, well, one thing is that I've got sort of a professional background in sort of kayaking and surf ski and fitness by saving, so I'm quite good at sort of adapting between different sports and knowing knowing how to learn a technique or learn a skill and sort of realise what my weaknesses are and sort of focus on them to get better overall rather than just sort of focusing on my strengths. And I think just learning all the time, and I really like, just sort of learning a new skill or learning a new technique, and so I really like individual learning and progression. So I'm really enjoying that aspect of stuff.
Do you think that learning process is giving you the advantage, as in that you just you're learning from your peers in a way?
Yeah, I think just being able to learn like new things all the time and sort of being really interested in learning something else. Like I'm never really content in just sticking to one thing and hammering it out and just keeping on doing that for forever. I sort of like to mix things up and sort of use everything as cross training. So I'm still involved in surf ski quite heavily, and still think I can do well at that. So I guess that's one of the advantages. But I think another advantage, I guess, for me is I really like training by myself. So no matter where I am or who I'm with, like I know what I need to do, and like leading up to events and that sort of thing, I know what training I need to do or how to target it the best way. So those probably two things are my advantageous things.
Oh, sweet, man. Yeah, no, that's that's a really good asset to have. Absolutely, to be able to train by yourself is something that's I think that any athlete needs to do at some stage. So, mate, this question is probably more for me, because when I race, like halfway through a race, my brain just goes into some sort of mush, and I think about all kinds of weird and wonderful stuff. So, I'd actually really would like to know, halfway through the PPG distance race, what were you thinking about?
I was thinking about who was chasing me, to be honest.
Does your mind wander? Do you think about crazy stuff, or your girlfriend, or you just completely focus the whole way? I mean, give me an insight.
To be honest, at PPG, I think I was pretty focused the whole way. When I was heading upwind after I broke the group, I knew I sort of had to make a move early, and so I got away, and I was like, all right, just keep your rate and your rhythm, and just maintain that pace, because if you can get away now, you can sort of use that gap, because I knew going downwind, I think there was a lot of great downwind paddlers like Connor and Danny and Travis, T2, like those guys are awesome in the bumps, and even though I'm trying to improve all the time, and my bump catching, I'm still not the best at it. So I knew if I could get away and get to that second lap turn ahead, then I could sort of almost shut the door, because I knew I could paddle strong upwind.
Yeah,
But yeah, I was just focusing on each runner. I was focusing on each stroke, and
Nice.
actually my mind honestly just wandered the whole race.
Oh, good one. Yeah. Now I know there's something with me that I need to. Sometimes it's hard to concentrate with the distance race because that concentration can lapse, and then all of a sudden you're kind of in Gaga land. So, no.
My mind does wander in some events though, but I think that one was only 45 minutes or something, so it wasn't.
Oh wow, yeah.
1.5, 2 hour.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
Maybe in races like Carolina Cup when you're sort of sitting in a wash train, you're pretty sort of content just ticking it over. It's,
Yeah.
quite easy to let your mind wander, that's for sure.
Yeah, it does. All right, mate. Now this is a big question, but I'm going to hit it out for you. So, what is it going to take for Michael Booth to become world number one?
I think I've just got a lot of improvement still to do. I think in my surf skills, I think just getting out through the break, popping, catching waves, being able to step off the back of waves and turn around those cans, especially at like events like PPG.
Yeah.
Where guys like, you got guys like Mo Freyers and Casper Steinfarth, and who were just really awesome with their skills. So that's definitely one aspect. And then my downwinding, even with my surf ski background and knowing how to read bumps properly, I just haven't been able to probably get out in the ocean enough and really learn sort of the starboard ace and learn how to chase the bumps correctly. So that's something I really want to look forward to doing before King of the Cup this year, and focusing on that. I think just basically improving all around in all aspects. Like I think my speed still isn't completely there. Like I need to improve my sprinting.
Yeah.
But those are probably the three things I really need to improve to be number one. I think Connor's a fantastic athlete, and he's been able to sort of prove this year that he's number one and sort of won the big events. So I want to be number one. So hopefully I can improve enough.
Well, you got to number two. Sure. You got to number two, so you're only one step away. So that's awesome, man. And it's really humbling to hear that you actually do recognise that you do have things to work on and you do have faults. So it's I think every athlete really needs to just continuously improve. So it's really nice to hear that from you, Boothie.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I think anybody in any sport really needs to sort of know out what their weaknesses are, and that's how they become their strengths. Like if you can't, as an athlete, appreciate that you're not going to be good at everything, you're never going to be able to reach your full potential. So being able to take that step back, you'll be able to take 2 steps forward, and that's sort of the approach I've always taken. Oh,
sweet, man. Hey, leads me to the next question is, and it's a pretty generic one, bit of a stable one, but hey, what's the best advice you've ever been given in life and in SUP?
Best advice I've ever been given in life.
And in SUP.
I guess advice would be
good to your mother?
That everything works out.
Sorry.
Well, Corey Hill and I, one of my best friends, we came up with a quick 100 phrase a few years ago when we were sort of travelling and racing, that sort of everything works out, and I've sort of used that as my motto for most things in life. Like that's sort of probably my main one. Like it's just going with the flow and just going with your gut feeling. Like I think like every time I go against my gut feeling, something wrong happens. So sort of always stick to my guns, and if my gut says to do something, I always do it and sort of do it to the best of my ability. And probably thirdly is probably just do your best at everything that you can do. There's always guys that might be better than you, or people that are going to put you down in certain aspects, but if you just do your best and stick at something, you'll always do well at it. So
nice.
That's probably my three little life mottos.
Yeah, that's nice, man. I really like that. I mean, it's the question that I love asking because I draw a lot of energy off it too. So, and that's the second last question, mate. Is where do you get your inspiration from? Where do you get your motivation? I mean, even like your motivation for an athlete like yourself, or even a motivation for, a social paddler that wants to beat his mate in the next race. I mean, where do you find that motivation to get up out of bed each morning and go to races and be away from loved ones and stuff like that?
guess I draw a lot of my motivation from the people around me. Like, I'm lucky enough to be able to travel around the world with my beautiful girlfriend, Christy, and I have my really good friends like supporting me back home all the time. My family are always there for me. So I guess they're the guys I draw inspiration from mostly. And I guess I would really like to see myself improve in anything, whether it's I don't know, whether I'm speaking to you in an interview or whether it's out in the water like racing. I like to improve all aspects of my life, and at all times. Like I always want to learn something new every day. I guess that's my biggest motivation is just being able to improve and be able to learn new things.
Oh, sweet, man. Hey, mate, just a final question. So, what's your brew?
Well, my brew in America right now is the Pacific Coast.
Yeah.
My brew on the Gold Coast is 4X Gold. And my brew in Perth is a bit girly. It's actually a gin and tonic. So, yeah, it's a bit of all over the shop.
And you don't drink coffee? You're not a coffee man?
No, mate, I'm a 2-a-day coffee a day, every day.
Oh, wow. So you're the full brew man.
Yeah, mate, I get headaches and all sorts of problems if I don't have the coffee every day.
So what's your brew? What's your coffee brew?
That's flat white.
Flat white. Nice, nice. All right, mate, we'll wrap it up. You're an absolute legend, Boothie. You're ever since I've known you, you've looked after me and you've given me such a respect, and I value that very highly. So you're a legend. All the best for the next races, and I'll definitely be looking out for you, mate.
Thanks a lot, Jonesy. Thanks for the interview, and I'll talk to you soon. Cheers.
All right, see you, mate.
Yeah, so, wait a second. Yeah, so, wait a second. Yeah, so, wait a second.